Hey guys, this is Zero here again with another vlog review on another Toku movie, and today we're going to be talking about Superhero Taisen GP, and the debut of Kamen Rider Sango, in terms of live action form, and I really don't like to start these off with a sigh. I really like to go into them kind of hopeful, and I kind of did with this one, but I'm going to be totally honest, unlike the previous three. This is the fourth movie, I think? The fourth superhero Taisen? I can't remember. There's been so many. Because it started with Foes, and then Wizard, and then Gaim, and now Drive. So yeah, so this is the fourth one. The last few I've been hopeful for. This one, I basically went in with no expectations, because, I didn't care. I didn't care about I thought, having Kamen Rider Sango in live action form, that's cool, but at this point, I just don't care. Which is interesting, because they made a lot of improvements in this one. But let me just get things started off. It's another parallel universe story. What if, Kamen Rider Sango actually was activated, and, what if he destroyed the first two Kamen Riders and changed history, so Shocker's leader of the world, even though Shocker was destroyed by Ichigo and Nigo, so unless he started a new Shocker, whatever. It's really hard to talk about this movie because it's not very good, but it does a lot of things in the right direction that the previous three films hadn't really done. First off, the problem with the previous three Superhero Taisen movies, specifically Kamen Rider Wars, the one from last year, was they had a focus on a ragtag group of people from, like in the first one they had a group like Joe, Kaito, and Hina, and a big chunk of the movie was based on their thing through this whole adventure. That was a misstep, in my opinion, on the first movie. Even though the first Superhero Taisen is personally my favorite of these, that really hurts it. The second movie, I know a lot of my friends say it's their favorite, but it's forgettable, so I don't have much to say about it. The third movie, Kamen Rider Wars, its problem, it was the one that had the most potential, but its problem was it focused too much on the little kid, and, his family bullshit. Kamen Rider 15 was just basically his dad. It holds back the movies, and thankfully, Kamen Rider, or Superhero Taisen GP doesn't do that. It is kind of focused around Kamen Rider Sango, but more so, it actually follows the riders, like the heroes, that we see these movies for, and focuses on them. There's no fucking stupid little kid, there's no ragtag group. It's the new rider. Obviously, the new rider, Drive, gets a lot of focus. He's one of the main writers of this, and the new rider that was made for the new movie rider, in this case, Kamen Rider Sango, he gets a lot of the focus too. And the action scenes are good. The special effects are good. Everything just has this thing that it'd be really good. And you know what? The race scene is really cool too. I'm not like a big NASCAR guy. I'm not big on a lot of stuff, but for example, people crucify me all the time for it, but I actually kind of like Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as just like a fun popcorn movie. It's just kind of a fun movie to me. And first off, just to go on a sub-rant, it's not even the worst Star Wars movie. That goes to Episode 2, but I have my reasons for that. But I like, people bitch about the pod race scene. I actually like the pod race scene from that, and a lot of the other action scenes for that movie. I like racing scenes. So, I really like the racing scene in this, and this just goes back into my point that it just feels, empty, and it feels like it's too late. A lot of people say third time's the charm, and Kamen Rider Wars was almost there. It was almost there to be something considered really good, but it just kind of fell flat on its face. And Kamen Rider Wars, sorry, stop yawning, man. Superhero Tyson GP is kind of the same place. It's almost there. It's almost there, but it just kind of feels dead inside, is what it feels like. It's these Superhero Tyson movies haven't caught their stride yet, and I'm almost wondering why Toei and Bandai and whoever's in charge keep making them, because they don't do well in the box office. They get slammed by every other movie. The first one did incredibly well, but that's because, you know, that was the first time we had, like, finally they put Kamen Riders and Super Sentai against each other. But, like, it's, the fad has fallen off. I know that, like, Toei basically wanted to make their own version of the Avengers with these movies and try to catch that, you know, lightning. But it really doesn't. It really doesn't. And Superhero Tyson GP is no different from those. I will say it's a lot better than the majority of the Superhero Tyson movies. But if you didn't like the first one and you don't care for the other ones, you probably aren't going to like this one either. This one is more story focused, so if you want to see, you know, what the story's like, I mean, and you're curious, it's not bad for that, but it has so much right going for it, but it just still doesn't do it right. And I don't know how to explain it better than if you watch the movie yourself and find out. And I mean, if anybody has an idea of why it didn't feel right, with all these good elements going on, leave me a comment below and tell me what you thought, because I'd love to hear it. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that once again the Superhero Tyson series just kind of is just kind of there, and it doesn't really have much to show for it. So I know that isn't really a cohesive review, guys, but those are my thoughts on Superhero Tyson GP. It's subbed by Overtime if you want to check it out. I believe TV Nihon has it subbed now, but I'm not 100% sure. Overtime has it subbed. If you want to see it, go check it out. But again, in my personal opinion, it's just not quite there yet. But you know what? Maybe it's even still worth a watch, even if you're curious, because it's not that bad. No, it's pretty bad, but anyway, but you can tell they're trying. That's the main thing. You can tell that they are trying with it. Maybe the next Superhero Tyson movie, which they're going to keep making them, so maybe the next one will do it. Maybe the next one will be the one that changes how these are going, but I really doubt it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my vlog review, and I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully next year, when I'm talking about the next Superhero Tyson movie, I'll have something more positive to say. But thanks for watching, guys. Later. Superhero Tyson GP puts the dead in dead heat, if you know what I mean. Watch the movie to find out why this joke is funny.